everybody, and welcome back to Sweet and Sour Soccer. I am back. I had a hiatus of maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I had some stuff going on that I had to sort on my side, but I'm all good now, and I'm happy to be back in front of you, good people. And we have got our Premier League predictions because we are really... This is the final furlong. This is where on Grand National Day or Cheltenham, whether your horse has got a chance. That is where we are now. It's all or nothing at this point, and I bloody love it. We are going to waste no time. Where are we? We are going to dive straight in. And the first game is one of the two teams that are fighting for the title. Of course, Liverpool and Watford. Liverpool only 1 point behind Manchester City now. That was 14 points back in January. It's really, really hotting up. And as we know from Watford, 1 win in 5. We've always been kind of waiting for Roy to put his magic on the team, really get them clicking, and they get a good result and you think, could something build here? And then it doesn't. And they really are running out of games. They need some results, and soon. But the problem is, it's unlikely that it's going to start against Liverpool. Of course, we've got that massive game for Liverpool against Manchester City. I believe it's April 10th. Wow, what a game that will be in the league. And then less than a week later, I think April 16th, they play in the FA Cup semi-final. So we really are treated to some unbelievable games this month. For this, Liverpool haven't been putting teams to bed. You go back to the Brighton game along with others. They're not scoring 4s and 5s. I'm going to say 2-0. They are at home, 2-0 to Liverpool. Next is Brighton versus Norwich. Brighton starting to fall down the table now, 13th. They were up there for the majority of the season. Listen, Brighton, you still had an unbelievable season, of course. I guess being in the Premier League is still an incredible achievement. Yes, you want to push further, like a lot of teams in the league, but I think a mid to top half finish would be an unbelievable result. Norwich, what can you say? That last game out against Leeds, you think you've got an equaliser in injury time, and then you go and concede the winning goal with effectively the last kick of the game. When you just think everything's against you, and then that happens, what can you do? I've said Norwich will be down since October, and I'm not going to pretend that I haven't. I'm not going to pretend and sit here to try and gain favour with the Norwich fan base and say, you've got a fighting chance. I don't believe you do, and I haven't believed you had all season. You've actually gained more points than I thought you would have by this point. I genuinely thought you might finish the season with 14, 15, 16 points. I'm not trying to take the piss here, but I don't see a Norwich win. I just think their confidence would have been absolutely shot from the Leeds game. And I think that was the game that told everyone time's up for Norwich again. With this, I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton. I think Norwich will score, but I'm going to give the win to Brighton. Burnley versus City next. Burnley, you've lost your last 3 games, and Manchester City haven't exactly been putting teams away. Still 10 points from 15, but the way Liverpool and City have been over the last 3 or 4 years, 10 points from 10 points from an available 15. It's just nowhere near good enough to win a title nowadays. I've got a funny feeling Brighton will stay up. I don't know who at the expense of, but Burnley. I've got a funny feeling Burnley will stay up. Don't know who it will be instead of, but I don't think you'll get points in this game, sadly. And I'm going to say 3-1. Manchester City, 3-1. Next is Chelsea versus Brentford. There's a bit of a myth going along that Chelsea aren't in great form. They're not, getting the results. They've won 5 from their last 5, and the game before that was a draw against Brighton in I think it was middle of January. So they're not playing a lot of league games because if you remember, Chelsea at one point were 4 or 5 point games ahead of most teams. They just didn't have many games called off around about the November Christmas period with COVID. So they've only actually played 5 league games in the last 2.5 months. It just feels like we're still remembering them having that bit of a dip in January. Those days are gone. They've won 5 from 5. And I think that they'll, of course, definitely get top 4. It's whether that they can keep 3rd. Brentford, 2 wins from your last 3. Is it? Yeah, 2 wins from your last 3. But it's actually 2 wins from 5 as well. But it doesn't really matter for Brentford. You know what? You're watching some of the best football of your history in the Premier League. I think you'll stay up. I think you're on 30 points. I think 2 more wins puts you on 36, and you're absolutely safe. I think another win and maybe a draw, 34 points will probably keep you in the division, but you need at least 1 more win. I think 2, 100%. I don't think you'll get the win against Chelsea. I'm going to say 2-0 to Chelsea. Next is Leeds. Wow, what can we say about Leeds? Sitting pretty on 29 points, back-to-back wins. That game against Norwich, unbelievable. The win against my team, Wolverhampton Wanderers, 2-0 down away from home at the Molineux, where not many teams get points. Yes, Wolves' away record is better than their home record, but we still are pretty good at home. And, you know, you 2-0 down, you win the game 3-2. Dubious sending off, but that's no excuse for Wolves. We were just diabolical, mistake after mistake for most of the goals, and you did deserve the win. For Leeds, though, you've got to say, you go back 3 weeks, they look dead in the water. Now Jesse March is doing the business. Southampton, 3 losses in a row. Still looking good. 11th in the league. I think you'll probably finish around about 10th to 13th. So a good season. Ralph is doing very well. With this game, I might back Leeds because Rafinha isn't playing well still. He hasn't played well for a good 2 months. He's got to kick in eventually. Let's say it's against Southampton. Leeds, I'm going to give you another win. 3 wins in a row, 2-1 to Leeds. Next is my club, Wolves versus Villa. You go back to the old game, I think it was... oh my word, when was the last game? Was it November? I can't remember. But we were 2-0 down, the opposite of Leeds against Wolves. We were 2-0 down in the 80th minute. We won 3-2 against our arch rivals at their ground. My God. That happens like every 15, 20 years, if not longer. Unbelievable game. For Villa, things are looking up. Results are picking up. Talks of Coutinho looking like he wants to stay for next season as well. With this one, I'm going to go a draw, and I think there'll be goals. I'm going to say 2-2. There is a 10-point difference between Wolves and Villa. Mind the gap. That could be... I'm sorry, Villa fans. I'm sorry. That could be 7 points. I don't see us relinquishing that 8th place spot. I really don't see us losing a 10-point difference with 8 or 9 games to go. We're still in the hunt for Europe. So I'm going to go 2-2 in this game. And I think Wolves will somehow get European football in one form or another. 2-2, Wolves and Villa. Next is United versus Leicester. Do I need to say what happened in the last game? It was 2-2. Manchester United equalised. I think it was Marcus Rashford in the 82nd or 83rd minute. And then Patson Daka, Jamie Vardy score 2 goals in the last 7 or 8 minutes. And United lose 4-2. What a game of football. I think it's 3 wins from 5 for United, if I'm not mistaken. 3 wins from 5. Leicester going along nicely. They're not going to get Europe. But of course, they still are in the Europa Conference. So listen, still things to play for them. I think it's 3 wins out of 5 for Leicester, actually, not United. I think it is 3 wins out of 5 for Leicester, and I think it's 3 wins in a row for Manchester United. Man, you've got nothing to focus on now. Out of the FA Cup, not in contention for the league, not in the Champions League. They're fighting for 4th. So could that help them? Who knows? For this, though, I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester. I don't know why. I've got a funny feeling. Leicester have Manchester United's number, even though it is at Old Trafford. I think it's going to be more misery for United. 2-1 to Leicester. Next is West Ham versus Everton. West Ham are fighting, for me, for Europa League and or Conference League at this point. I think 4th is gone. They're 6 points behind Arsenal, and I think Arsenal have got 2 games in hand, if I'm not mistaken. I think West Ham are 2 games ahead of Arsenal in terms of fixtures played. So for me, Arsenal have only got to win 1 of their game in hands, and then they're 9 points clear of West Ham. I just think it's a mountain too big to climb. For Everton, listen, that win against Newcastle, that was massive. Then you follow it up with a 4-0 defeat to Palace away in the FA Cup quarter-final. Now, I don't think many Everton fans care about going out of the FA Cup. It's just the manner of the defeat. Whatever confidence you would have mustered up, gained from that Newcastle victory, albeit an Iwobi winner in the last few minutes. Whatever confidence you gained, you've lost it because you go and lose 4-0 to Palace. You just Townsend gets injured and you fall to pieces. I don't see you getting anything from this game either. It's in London. I'm going to say 2-0 to West Ham. 2-0 to West Ham United. Spurs versus Newcastle. Spurs 4 wins from 5, going along very well. Newcastle, they've lost the last 2, Newcastle, but listen, job's done. Eddie Howe's done what he needed to do. You're going to be a Premier League team next year, and let's see if you can kick on in the summer and really make some statement signings. I did hear a bit of a rumour the last 24 hours that you are looking at Coutinho and are potentially willing to offer him huge sums in terms of bonuses. So probably not something new Villa fans want to hear, but for Newcastle, it looks like you're heading in the right direction, and that's all you've wanted. I don't know what that the saying that you've said for so many years. It's just hope you want. It's not the success. It's just the hope or something like that. I've butchered it. I don't know what the saying is, but you just want hope. And it looks like you're going to get that hope. Newcastle fans, you deserve it probably more than most. And it's really exciting to see from another club that, you know, has been neglected for so long. It's good to see another club like that actually probably get what they deserve and starting to move up the division. Next, I didn't even give them a result. Spurs versus Newcastle. See, Spurs are 3 points behind Arsenal, but Arsenal, again, they've got that game in hand, but they do have to play each other towards the end of the season. That'll be a monster game of football. Spurs Newcastle. I'm really dragging this video out. Normally they're about 9 minutes. This is what, 13 minutes? 12 minutes? Spurs Newcastle. Let's go. Let's go Spurs. Let's go. Shall we go Spurs? Yeah, Spurs are at home. Let's go 2-1. 2-1 to Spurs. I don't know why I took so long on that one. Honestly, I haven't done a video in so long. Oh, God. Come on. Last game. Palace versus Arsenal. Right. Palace. FA Cup semi-final. What can you say? You have lost only 1 in your last 5 in the league. I think it's 2 wins and 2 draws. So what's that? 8 points from 5 games. That's not bad at all. Not bad. Arsenal, you are in the front runner seat for top 4. 12 points from 15 available. 4 wins and a defeat in your last 5 in the league. That will 110% get you fourth. That form up until the end of the season, 12 points from 15. I think 10 points from 15 gets you 4th. I'd even go as far to say I think 9 points from every 3 games will, in my opinion, definitely get you top 4. Will you get it at Palace? You've got a horrible history against Palace. I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of a myth as to how bad your record is at Selhurst Park. We always go back to that famous game where you lost 3-0. Hector Bellerin was getting abuse at the touchline. And of course, AFTV then was in its heyday. And every video from that game, that 3-0 defeat at Selhurst Park 4, 5, 6 years ago, every video had like 500,000 views. That was really peak Arsenal. But I don't think your record's actually that bad at Palace. It just seems worse than it is. I might give it Arsenal. There's something different. And as much as I love the way that Palace are playing, they demolished Wolves when we played them. They came to the Molineux and played us off the park. I really like what Vieira's doing. I think I'm going to give it Arsenal. I think I'm going to give it Arteta. But I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 to Arsenal. Guys, I'm absolutely shattered from that video. I didn't realise how difficult it is. This is going on to a 14-minute video now. Do me a favour. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. I didn't even say that at the start of the video. I've just realised. So if you've made it this far, I appreciate it more than anything. I'm hoping the next video I do will be a bit more seamless. I'm hoping I don't just take random pauses for no reason. A bit like this one. Yeah, hit the comments. Let me know what you think of my predictions. I've got a funny feeling for 1 or 2 games I didn't even give a prediction. I think I've just waffled throughout this entire video. I think I've just pure waffled. This has been a very bad video. If any of you unsubscribe after watching this, I will not blame you one bit. Please don't. But after watching this monstrosity, if you're new and you're watching this for the first time, my God, this is not how these videos go. Watch the old ones. They're much better. But guys, I'm going to leave you anyway. Thanks for making it 15 minutes into the video. If you're still here, hit the like button, please subscribe, and we will see you again next time. Take care.